Barangaroo is a recently developed commercial and residential district, connecting to Sydney's CBD. Once a shipping port and trade area, the suburb underwent urban decay after its abandonment in the late 20th century due to its inconvenient location, and it wasn't until 2003 the government decided to give the area another chance and transform it into a new urban precinct. In the past, Barangaroo was a man-made dump, notorious for its lack of environmental aspects and sustainability, and therefore was a very unpopular place to visit. From studying the urban growth and decline of the area, I devised research to prove the hypothesis. Barangaroo's physical and human environment has been greatly improved by the recent urban and environmental development in the area. I also constructed an inquiry question to narrow down my research. What differences can be observed in Barangaroo's physical environment due to the recent urban renewal? From my observations, I found the suburb's main environmental aspects were usually incorporated in the urban design. Most streets and buildings used greenery, including plenty of trees and shrubs. The main walkways were spacious and grand, allowing natural light to fill the area, ceasing the need for electrical lighting, such as street lamps. With interior spaces such as the main food court, environmental sustainability was also taken into consideration. The ceiling had a hive-like construct, granting efficient airflow through the room, replacing strong air conditioning facilities. All artificial lighting was LED, meaning less energy is wasted on heat. The food court was built with facilities for waste minimization and recycling, an example being the 3-compartment bins separating organic products from recyclable and residual ones. A standout in both architecture and environmental conservation in South Barangaroo are the 3 almost identical finance buildings. The coloured louvres moved to shield or let in sunlight, heating or cooling the building, making air conditioning unnecessary. All of these design choices aim to reduce carbon footprint and increase energy efficiency. When viewing central Barangaroo, I noticed the construction site was in progress of soil remediation. This process removes toxic chemicals from the damaged soil caused by pollutions from industries once built there. This then allows plants to grow again, improving the physical environment of Barangaroo. Moving on from observations, I proceeded to collect data from surveying and interviewing the public. My survey results were as expected, and from the 13 people I surveyed, I found 38% of participants had never been to Barangaroo before the development, and the other 62 had rarely visited. However, since the reconstruction, only 46 rarely visit, and 54% visit Barangaroo often or daily. When asked why they visit, most replied with pleasure. From this data, it's implied that since the urban renewal, Barangaroo has not only increased in popularity due to the new job opportunities in the area, but also from the new physical and urban environment and what it has to offer. I then asked them to rate the physical environment's improvement in the last 5 years, addressing the area before and after the construction took place, with all participants rating the improvement 4 or 5 out of 5. This was the most vital question in my survey, as it directly gathered evidence to prove my hypothesis. I carried out one interview with a very knowledgeable survey participant who was a school tour guide for the area. He shared his point of view on Barangaroo's urban and physical environment and described the most significant differences in the area. The main points of the interview are as followed.
What do you believe is the most significant improvement in Barangaroo? And do you have any suggestions for improvement?
Significant is all this walking area. Yeah, so I think at least it's made it more open for people to actually come here and want to come here.
Yeah.
I think, whereas before you wouldn't bother.
What impacts has the recent urban renewal had on both Barangaroo's environment? Yeah, and are they negative or positive?
You really won't know that because if you look at how much more densely populated it'll be once these are all filled, that could have a big impact on the area.
Yeah.
This data links to both my inquiry question and my hypothesis, as it displays knowledge of the previous environment of Barangaroo and the obvious differences and improvements in the suburb today, which increased its popularity and value. With my hypothesis, I was able to prove it using this data and other primary research I conducted. I am also able to answer my inquiry question, the main differences in the physical environment being the added greenery, trees, shrubs and more, the new picnic places including parkland being still constructed in central Barangaroo, and the Barangaroo Reserve. While methodologies such as surveys, interviews and observations were definitely the most useful, I also conducted research using a land use map and video camera, helping highlight regions of Barangaroo and remembering observations respectively. While these were certainly considered in my results, neither were as useful as the other methods when it came to my hypothesis and inquiry question. Some improvements I could have made in the survey questions were to ask more people, executing more accurate quantitative data, and asking more demographic questions to compare the participants. The data would probably be more valid if I asked people in numerous areas of Barangaroo instead of in the main commercial spots. My interview I could improve by once again asking more people to receive a range of opinions, helping to prove or disprove my hypothesis. In conclusion, the suburb has incorporated more of the physical environment into its design and has improved its environmental sustainability since the urban renewal, creating a more pleasant and picturesque area. Because of this, Barangaroo is a successful and popular addition to Sydney's Central.